Hey everybody, welcome to Hollyberry Colors. As you know, if you watched my introduction video, I love horror coloring, and I wanted to start a horror coloring series on YouTube because I don't see a lot of it out there. And I know it's not for everybody, but I also know there are people out there who love horror coloring, and I wanted to make a space on YouTube for those people that we can hang out and share our love for horror coloring. So if this isn't your thing, if this is not what you're into, that's totally fine. I understand completely. There's some things in the coloring community I'm not into. I thank you for stopping along, but feel free to just wait for a different kind of video. And in the meantime, we're going to color in Haunted Hearts. And the page that we're going to do today is this one. Now, this is another buddy color with piggy pins. But I wanted to show you how I like to do a lot of my Mythogoria pages. And really, I should probably do it more in Mythographics, but that's for another day. The reason that I like to do, I guess I should say I'm going to base this in marker and shade it with pencils, is it's a little bit faster, and it works really well for Mythogorias because the paper is not the same as Mythographics. It's considerably thinner, which stinks. So I don't like to do water mediums in Mythogorias as much, but basing in marker and using colored pencil is a great way to go. So let me get all my markers situated, get everything set up. I'm going to put backing paper and acetate behind this so I don't ruin this guy right here. I want to color him as well. And then we'll get going, guys. I'm excited. Hello, everybody. So I edited my video last night, and today I'm doing a little voiceover because I wanted to be able to kind of discuss what's going on in the video as it's happening. Sometimes it's a little hard for me to speak and talk while I'm coloring, especially if I'm doing it in the evenings and there's lots of life noises going on, like my kids. They're roaming around the house, eating and shutting doors and things like that, living their lives, and I can't expect them to not do that. Like one's getting some ice right now. You might be hearing that. We'll see. But anyways, so this page is marker and pencil. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the entire process this time. I'm not going to shortcut anything, although I do speed the video up. So this is a long video because it's the whole entire page. And the first thing I did was color the roses. And when I first saw this page, I was envisioning dark kind of red roses like I'm coloring here. And usually when I color in marker, I start with a lighter tone because I like to shade in pencil. And I wanted these to be pretty dark, so yeah, I'm going to be mad about that later, you'll see. But I went a little bit darker with these, and they're going to be even darker because that's what I was aiming for the end finish page. And that's all I really have to say about the flowers for now. I'll just be quiet and put some music on, and I'll talk at the next part. Moving on to the next part here, we're doing the branches. And I try to list the colors I'm using as much as possible. I don't expect you to use them, but they're there for you if you want to try them on this page or a different one, just to get some color ideas for pages you can use. So yeah, we're just going to spend a little bit of time here coloring all of these branches in the heart shape, a solid brown. This part's nice and fast. We're just doing the little thorn thingy, thorns, and a lighter brown. Next, we're coloring these candles in the corners. And I wanted to keep it interesting and not make them all the same color. So I ended up using three different base colors, like a kind of grayish one, a yellow one, and a brown one, just to add some variety to the page. I don't want just them to all be the same color. I like to keep things interesting. Here's where things start to get good and more fun for me than just basing in straight color. I envisioned this blue kind of glow coming out of the skulls. That's what I saw in my head, and that's what I went with. And here I got brave and I actually blended the blue with the kind of yellowish, lightish brown of the skulls. And I really had a lot of fun with that, and I decided to do it later on in the background. And now I'm planning on doing an entire marker page, marker only, because I really actually enjoyed blending the markers like I'm doing here, and I would like to pursue that and see if I can improve my skills. So I'll just keep filming the skulls here, and yeah, that's just the next step in the old process. Yeah, I uh I had a fail moment, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have a good excuse except I got groceries. Sorry. Anyways, that was the candle flames. Now I'm on to my leaves. Yes, I know these are supposed to be rose petals, but I didn't want to color them rose petals. I initially saw them as leaves in my head when I first saw this page, and that's what I wanted to do on my page. They don't have to be rose petals if I don't want them to be. So these are green. I didn't actually say a bad word. I mean, maybe I did, but you'll never know. I won't tell you the truth. Yeah, I colored that tooth the wrong color. Oopsies. But I end up saving it in the end. So the rest of the teeth, I'm just kind of doing a blend of the color it was supposed to be and that wrong color, which is a little darker. So I'm doing a little bit of shading here just to try to make it look intentional for that back tooth. Thank goodness I did that back tooth first. I really would have been in trouble. And then I forgot to record the rest of the teeth. Anyways, I will save the teeth later with the pencils, so it's fine. Now I'm coloring in the little nail thingies. I don't know why they're in the candles, but they're there and they need to be colored. So we're just using our same blue that we used in the skull. We finally made it to the background, and I don't know why I picked these colors, but I did. So we're just gonna run with it. And it ends up looking really cool, and I decided to call this page Toxic Love. You'll see why. But I'm blending my two colors here just to make a little visual interest around the edge of the page. And then you'll see later on, I'm going to come back over again with some pencil, like some blue tones on top of this just to make it look interesting. And this is just takes me a little while to do the background here, especially with the shading and the gradient of the two colors. And the other thing I wanted to point out was if you look at this leaf above the rose, there's just like uh, bleeding everywhere with the markers. And that's the beauty of horror pages is it works. See, I there on the background too, I colored over into that leaf, and I don't really care because it's horror. It doesn't have to look perfect. Uh, and that's just the wonderful thing about it. And you can do a little messier pencil work and it looks fantastic. And that's one reason I love these pages because I get to do a more muted color palette than I usually do with my barfy rainbow stuff I like. And yeah, that's it. That's one thing I wanted to mention. I'm not concerned about the bleeding of the markers, so don't sweat it if that happens. Just you got to learn to roll with it and make your page do what it do. Someone please take my camera away from me. I should not be allowed to do this. Oh man. Maybe this will become a little Easter egg thing where every video will have me coloring off the frame at least once. What do you think? Now we're moving on to the pencil portion of the page, and I tried to list the colors the best I could. These are Prismacolors, by the way, just in case. I tried to list them from darkest to lightest. And again, it's just a guideline. If you want to try it, feel free to. If not, no worries at all. These are just colors that I thought worked best and that I want to use. Oh, and by the way, you'll see it on the thumbnail, but I decided on a name for this series because I want to try to do more horror coloring on YouTube because I don't see a whole lot of it. And I want to call this series Sunday Scaries and try to hopefully post every Sunday or at least on Sundays. Probably not the best day to pick, but uh, yeah, I just thought Sunday Scaries was a good name because Sundays can be a little scary sometimes, and because you have Monday to not really look forward to, but life, life. Now we're coloring these tree branch twig thingies in the shape of a heart with my one of my favorite brown combos for Prismacolor. And this is going to take a while, so I'm not going to talk very long, but we're just going to keep going all the way around town until we get this colored.
you.
Next part here, the leaves, petal leaves, whatever they are, they're leaves, leaves. And I start with the sandbar brown to the moss green to the lime peel. And I end up deciding that I wanted it a smidge darker, so I go back in with the espresso to get the darkest areas a smidge darker. Whether it helped or not, I don't know, but it made me feel better about it, so that's the whole point of it, right? By the way, I know I keep using the same music in my videos. That's just like the same song repeating in a single video. That's just easier for me to deal with instead of the thought of having to turn into a music composer on top of everything else and make sure songs fit together. So hopefully it's not too annoying. But the other thing some people don't think about is copyright issues. And a lot of the copyright free music out there is not very good. So when you find a song that's halfway decent, you use the heck out of it. So hopefully the music isn't too bad. I like it. It's piano, it's creepy, and it's not super obnoxious. Here we are coloring the candles, and candles are kind of hard to color. I didn't really use a reference, which might have been a smarter idea, but I thought I could handle it because how hard could a candle be to color? So you see all this mess here with all these colors I have, and I end up going back over it 2 or 3 times, darkening it, and I finally get it to a place that I'm happy with it. And you'll just see me doing this on all 3 candles. Here's the part I was dreading the most with the pencils was the roses. Man, they ended up not being as bad as I thought they would be, but man, they took a while. And it's going to be really funny because I used the nectar at the very end to kind of highlight the tips of the petals, and I end up covering that up later on. So I did all that work for nothing. But that's how Holly rolls when she colors. She colors and then decides she doesn't like it and goes right over it. But I think the end result was worth it. So here's the petals. Y'all enjoy. Here it comes, guys. I'm about to figure this out. Oh man, I was so. Here it is. Here it is. Yep, that should be green, and it is red. And I figure it out finally, and dang it. So we're just gonna have to deal with it and color it in and just go with it. It's okay. No one will notice except you guys that I just told. Although you probably figured it out when I was coloring it, and you're like, Holly, why are you coloring that red? But, eh, oh, oh well, that's definitely my page. Still coloring roses. Here's where I did I think it was nectar for the little highlights, and it looks good, but I still cover it up. So, how y'all doing? Hope you had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. It wasn't too bad. My husband took me to see Wicked today. That was fun. Wasn't as good as the first movie, but I still really enjoyed it, and I was happy with how the story went. So, no complaints from me. And still coloring roses, but I think there's only two more to go here. So, I'll just shut up and put on some more music, and then I'll blab to you for the next part. Here's where I'm finally able to fix the teeth. I come back with the cream and I'm really able to lighten those up. That's the power of Prismacolors. You see, it's like I didn't even miscolor that one tooth. And that's something that I love about Prismas. I highly recommend them. Especially if you goof up, don't sweat it. You can find a way to fix it usually. Asterisk, most of the time. Guys, this is not a holly page without me forgetting something or screwing something up. So I've exceeded expectations with this one. I keep forgetting to either film or record or color something. So there you guys go. This is my quality content for you. Anyways, we are now coloring the inside of the skulls. And I don't remember if you remember me mentioning that I wanted to have this kind of bluish galaxy glow coming out of the skulls. Why? I don't know. That's just what I saw in my little head. So I'm trying to do that with my pencils here and just getting them this nice, pretty blue glow. And I end up doing something really stupid and I cover up all of these little light speckle lines where I can't see them. So that was really fun to try to go over them with gel crown. Um, what word am I looking for? Acrylic, gel pen, whatever. The white thing. Yeah. We're getting close to the end, guys. So here is the background I'm starting on. And I'm doing those blues like I had previously mentioned in the video. I start with the slate gray and then I come back in with indigo towards the outer edge to get a little bit of a gradient in there, but it's very rough. It's not burnished at all. And I keep it that way for a little bit, but I do end up, I don't think I recorded it, but I go back over it with my kind of green color I'm using and burnish it out just because I didn't like it and couldn't stand it, so I had to fix it. So this will just be a big chunk of me coloring the background in, and then we're getting to the finishing stages. So we're almost there, guys. Keep with me. This is the point where I decided to add what I'm calling the toxic glow to the entire page with yellow chartreuse. Whether it was a good decision or not remains to be seen, but I like it, and my opinion on the page is the one that matters the most to me. Now, I want y'all to like it too and to like me, but at the end of the day, I'm coloring for me and I'm here to share my pages with you, and hopefully you like it too. If you don't like it, that's okay. You don't have to color like this. And I probably would never color this page again to color it a different way anyways. But I enjoyed the process, so and I like my little toxic love skull heart thingy, whatever this is going on, this craziness. Now I'm adding some candlelight the best that I can with yellow to orange. I always think of these things after the fact, so sometimes it's hard to go over certain colors to get that glow effect, like with the red and such. But that's just how what I have to live with. So it's fine. You can definitely tell that there's a candle glow. So it's cool. It's cool. Yay! Final details. We're adding the white gel pen. Oh, by the way, this is what I do when it quits working. I draw on my hand to get the ink flowing. And you'll see me moving the book every which way in the light because I could not see some of these lines. So that was really fun. 0 stars. Do not recommend. Thank you. Okay, y'all, I just had a big fail moment with this when I started working and I forgot to hit record. So you might have missed a few little details like the gel pen and the flames here. I tried them at first with Lengua gel pens and I didn't like the way it looked, so I covered them up with acrylic markers. I have the Guang Na 240 set, I believe. And then I added these little details up here in the skulls with white gel pen. And that's another finished page. Thanks so much for joining me on my first Sunday Scaries. I hope you all enjoy it. And I can't wait to do many more and hang out with my fellow horror coloring enthusiasts. Thank you guys. Y'all take care. I appreciate you. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Hang out with me, comment, give me suggestions. Let me know what you like, don't like. If you'd like to see any other Mythogoria books or any horror books, I have quite a few. Just let me know. I love you all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.